affiliates.
Welcome to the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding at 1-800-LOW-RATE. That's right, we're going to give you 1 hour's worth of mortgage and real estate talk here. Give us a call, 248-539-9797. I'm your host, Harvey Freed. We've got Alex Nafusi, Harry Glantz from Capital Mortgage. Good morning, gentlemen.
Boy, that Dan Leach sounds really good, doesn't he?
And of course, Dan's awesome.
He's a pro.
We got our own
really
Dan
good
here.
We got Double D here, brother.
Double D, Dan Dubinsky from downtown Royal Oak, Skyward Realty. There's nothing going on in Royal Oak now, is there, Dan?
No, it's dead.
Pretty quiet over there,
yeah.
Quiet city.
Drive down Woodward last night.
Unbelievable. What does Dream Cruise really do for our area? A lot. It's unbelievable, isn't it?
Well, 1.2 million people, I think they said, showed up last year.
It's really cool. I really like it.
I like it.
I'm an old school car guy. When I say old school, really the muscle cars and all that kind of thing. So they did a poll, and the cars from the 1960s, like a 69 Camaro, right? One of the top cars, a 68 GTO, one of the top cars.
The Judge?
And then just the Judge. Yeah, no, I think the Judge.
Right or no?
Well, the Judge came a little bit after that. I think 69, 70, the Judge came in with a 68 GTO. I mean, all you car guys call in if you need a mortgage, but how about a 65 Continental
here we go.
with suicide doors,
Yeah, those are
convertible
cool.
with suicide doors?
It's like the one on from Entourage.
It's awesome. I got to tell you something. If you grew up in that era, the 60s and the early 70s before 1974, 73 was the last year before they put all the emissions controls and everything on there. All right. Awesome cars going up and down Woodward.
These guys get real creative, too. My favorite is the souped-up garbage truck going up.
Yeah,
and down.
nice.
Okay.
There's definitely a lot to talk about here locally. And again, it's a fun weekend for us. Brings a lot of revenue to the businesses around the area. To the whole region. It's awesome. This is a national thing. I mean, people know about the Woodward Dream Cruise now. It's definitely making its presence known.
Well, here,
Beautiful day outside,
why
too.
shouldn't we? Why shouldn't we? Here we are, the Motor City. Why shouldn't that be a big event for our area? And for the nation, actually.
should be.
It's just what we do, isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't it what we've done from the beginning of time? Is
Yeah.
build cars.
I believe it is probably the biggest cruise event in the nation.
Oh,
It's absolutely
not even
amazing.
close.
And
Now-
it's a weekly event, pretty much. Starting Monday, you see people sitting out there in their lawn chairs.
Yeah, and I got to give you props, man. I stopped by Skyward Real Estate on, Friday that I came by, and Dubinsky bought the building next door to his, and they had a nice little art exhibit, and there was some wine and cheese and sushi, and I felt very adult, and the building it looks really, really good, man. You did a really nice job on that.
Well,
man.
I appreciate it. We're trying to get some decorators in there right now, but it's been doing it on my own, and it's turning out pretty good, but I think now we need some help.
Enough of this talk about our second most expensive purchase that we make, our automobile. Our first one would be our house.
Is that right?
Pretty important stuff. You got to have a place to put that fancy car. You got to have a garage or somewhere to store
Hey,
it.
you should see some of these cars. They're probably worth more than a lot of houses cruising up and down.
That could be the case. Again, we're going to take your calls if you want to talk mortgages and real estate. 248-539-9797. If you're out there walking on Woodward, stop by the 97.1 ticket booth. Say hello. We're going to have sports all day long. Pat Caputo coming up after us. Home prices, Dan Dubinsky, definitely holding their form. Over the last 3-4 weeks, it looks like the market's sort of reshaping itself. Definitely a little bit slower out
When you say
there.
reshaping itself, so last week when we were on, and I said that I was not going to go ahead and deem that all of a sudden prices and buyers have slowed down and everything like that. So are you saying today's that day where we come on the air and say that? I don't think it is.
No?
Not yet.
Okay, we'll hold off till Labor Day then. We'll give you a
I'm
month.
not saying it's not down from a record pace, but I'm saying is I don't think it's I think that there are, people, again, have entered into purchase contracts. Kids are going to go back to school. I think it's a natural progression of the slowing down process.
People don't want to move in September.
Without a doubt. Phones are
What's
still
that?
ringing.
People did not want to move in September.
Correct. That's right.
Yeah, phones are still ringing with still buyers out there.
Yeah.
And, there's still the home prices are great. You guys know better than interest rates are great. It's a great time to be a home buyer.
That's right.
Definitely, the market's still very strong. Again, it just seems like things have changed a little bit. You see more and more inventory out there. Some of the houses might have some deficiencies. We'll talk all about that. But again, if you're buying anywhere in Southeast Michigan, this is really unbelievable stuff. We have some of the best city services, amenities, really anywhere in the country. It doesn't matter if you end up buying in Berkeley or if you're, anywhere in Macomb, any of the areas that we're talking to where you can hear us speaking, even Genesee and Livingston County. We have, garbage pickup and policemen and great schools. And the Midwest is known for these great schools. So plenty of things going on here in Southeast Michigan to make it a reason or a destination and a place to possibly come and live. This is a great place to live.
Your options. I mean, what are your options? Your options are to rent. and pay someone else's mortgage for them, or be a buyer and have equity. And you notice you see where people own their own properties. They put more effort into it. They create.
Absolutely.
So it's a sense of pride, of ownership is really huge. And there's no reason you shouldn't be doing that now if you have the means to.
It's all the good stuff. Strong communities. Your kids have friends. There's just so many great things that go along with home ownership. And again, if you're considering buying a house, if you haven't even looked into it, definitely give us a call here in the studio, 248-539-9797. Or we're open all day long at Capital Mortgage. Speak to real professionals that can handle your mortgage from A to Z. Give us a call, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. Again, gentlemen, rates still at the lowest levels. Really, in 2014, we're still holding some of these great interest rates. There's some violence across the world. There's things going on over there in Israel and in Russia, but it's not affecting our rates.
I don't know if you guys have this up on CNN, but it says your credit score is the only thing determining whether or not you get a good rate on your mortgage. Where you live can also have a big impact, and it's got the states with the lowest mortgage rates and the highest mortgage rates. And it says the lowest mortgage rates are in Rhode Island at an average of 3.4%, and the highest is in Oklahoma. This is the stupidest article I've ever seen in my entire life.
It really is.
I was waiting for that.
This is I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't. I bet Les Christie wrote this.
No, it's because listen.
Hold on.
It's kind of.
There it is. Les
Your
Christie,
favorite writer.
my favorite
mortgage real estate
CNN,
writer.
My favorite CNN mortgage and real estate writer who knows absolutely nothing about either one of the subjects.
Well, what you really mean to say, Alex, is rates are rates all over. It doesn't matter where you live, and it doesn't matter. If you live in Michigan or California, it's all about the program that you want to be in. 30-year fix, 10-year fix, 15-year fix.
Maybe more people in Rhode Island take a 5-year ARM at a lower rate versus people in Oklahoma taking a 30-year fixed.
Maybe.
I don't know. I mean, you don't disclose any of that.
Or how about this?
But no,
maybe there are less people buying houses in Rhode Island because, after all, it is the smallest state.
It is small state. Just put it online, bro. Write an article about it, dude. That's good. Good work, man.
Hey, we'll
That's
also
awesome.
take your emails, by the way, at mortgage.show@lowrateonline.com. Again, send us an email if you're interested in buying a house. Again, if you're going to take the effort to send us the email, we always follow up with you. Get your stuff together. I mean, you can make this happen. I had a couple clients recently that actually really wanted to thank me for urging them to continue and how happy they are that they moved forward with the home purchase. Again, Dan, you said it. You're either living outside in a tent or you're paying someone else's mortgage. Find out where you fall into this. Again, it's not for everyone. Home ownership isn't for everyone, but find out if it is. Get the knowledge behind you to find out if home ownership is right for you.
Some people get nervous about the whole transaction, and that's why, again, it's very important to have a professional. So if you sit down, anything you do big in life, you're going to have to take time, and you want to hire someone that can walk you through the process. So, I know I've said this 100 times on the show, is we sit down with the buyers. We sit down for a good 45 minutes to an hour to find out what their wants and needs are. We just don't throw them a bunch of properties and say, here, go start looking at these, drive around. We find out what's their need for. Do they have kids? Are they elderly or empty nesters? And really taking the time up front as opposed to making the experience, and that makes the experience a lot nicer than just going around looking at any average home.
We always stress dealing with professional people. Again, give us a phone call if you want to get set up with the greatest real estate agents in the area. There is a big difference. And again, hey, guess what's really back in style? It's always been there. Home inspections. A lot of folks found
pants.
Yeah, nice. But a lot of people found out, again, we had some serious rain there. I was at Monday or Tuesday, and I'm telling you, yes, it cost a lot of folks a lot of their memorabilia or garbage that's sitting in their basement. But again, check it out. If you're a homeowner, there is some basic maintenance you need to do. A lot of families out there recently just found out that their sub pumps aren't working.
So, Dan, we talked about it a couple weeks ago. There isn't a basement in this area in the last 15, 20 years that hasn't had some water problems.
No, and in the seller's disclosure, that's one of the questions. Is there evidence of water in the basement?
Right.
Everyone answers that. You can answer yes, no, or unknown.
Right.
You can always find if there's evidence of water. Water comes in a couple different ways. Through the foundation, and a lot of that is of the negative grade against the house, and downspouts aren't that will relieve a lot of it, or coming up through the drain, and that's what we found a lot this past.
All right, we're up against the break. We got tons to share with you. If you're buying a house, we're going to talk about sewer lines and all that. Also, how to save money on purchasing the home. 248-539-9797. We'll be back.
Hi, Harry Glantz for Capital Mortgage Funding.
Rates are at historic lows, so what are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE and let our award-winning staff help you save money. Look, if you're looking to purchase a new home, refinance your existing home, and you want to save money, call 1-800-LOW-RATE and take advantage of these historic low rates. That's Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. Capital Mortgage Funding is a proud division of United Shore Financial Services and MLS number 3038, Equal Housing Lender. What are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE.
This is Carl Cooper.
That's me, the two and only.
That's one and only Carl.
Oh, right.
You see, when it comes to numbers, Carl is one of those guys who's always just a little off.
Yeah, I kind of have a two-track mind.
One-track mind, Carl.
Okay.
And now the Michigan Lottery has a new way to play the daily games. It's perfect for Carl and everybody. It's called One-Off.
A new way to play the daily games? Mm-hmm. Wow, I'm on cloud 8.
A 9, Carl.
Right.
Here's how it works. Anytime you play your favorite daily games numbers, just ask for the one-off bet.
What, anytime?
Sure. And if you match your numbers in the exact order, or even if one of your numbers is one up or one down from the numbers drawn, you win, Carl.
So if my numbers are 3, 4, 5,
yeah,
and it comes out 3, 4, 6, I win?
You win. Or if any of your numbers are just one higher or lower. And get this, on a daily games one-off bet, Carl, you now have up to 9 ways to win.
Oh, baby.
Yeah.
Give me a high 4.
A high 5, Carl.
Yeah, close enough.
Exactly. So play the Michigan Lottery new daily games one-off bet, where close really is close enough.
What if you could have a private concert and meet and greet with a country music star, or attend the world's largest one-day automotive event as a VIP with private viewing, food and drinks, and valet parking included? Maybe you'd like to join corporate execs at a private premiere of the next blockbuster movie. It's not a fantasy. You can choose from any of these experiences, and all you have to do is test drive the Chrysler 200 at Northland Chrysler on 8 Mile and Oak Park, Monday between 5 and 7. Experience the 2015 Chrysler 200, redesigned from the factory floor up with best-in-class available 295 horsepower, standard 9-speed transmission, available 8.4-inch touchscreen, and up to 36 miles per gallon highway. Come to Northland Chrysler on 8 Mile and Oak Park, Monday between 5 and 7. Or go to cbsdetroit.com/blind date to find the next Chrysler 200 blind date test drive experience. Program runs through September 30th, 2014, and while supplies last. For terms and eligibility, visit cbsdetroit.com/blind date.
It's summer, the market's hot, and homes are selling in 72, 48, and sometimes just 24 hours after being listed on the market. This is Realtor Jeff Glover. Have you been thinking about getting in on that action? Well, now is the time to stop thinking about it and start doing something about it before it's too late. But don't just take it from me.
Hi, my name is Larry Dragan. I'm a retired builder. I was trying to sell my home in Dexter for over 4 years with 5 different realtors. I did my research and decided to go with Jeff Glover. He has a very unique system and knew how to get my house sold. Jeff got my home in Dexter sold within 30 days and helped me buy my new home in Royal Oak. I would recommend Jeff to anybody.
Jeff Glover has been featured on CNBC Powerhouse, listed as a top 100 agent by the Wall Street Journal, named a real estate all-star by Our Magazine, and a power seller by Crane's Detroit Business. Call Jeff Glover today at 855-JEFF-SELLS or online at jeffgloversells.com. Realtor Jeff Glover. A house sold name. Jeff Glover is affiliated with Keller Williams Realty.
The guaranteed $50,000 and $100,000 Hollywood Poker Challenge, August 21st through September 1st. Don't miss the daily tournaments, plus 2 seniors and 1 ladies-only tournaments. Start winning seats now at Hollywood Casino Toledo. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Lions, Jaguars. Kickoff is Friday night at 7:30 on Lions Radio. 97.1 The Ticket.
Welcome back to the show. We broadcast till 10 o'clock. It's the Hardcore Mortgage Show, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. Give us a call all week long at 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker.
The best conversations happen often.
Yeah, that's right.
There's a lot going on, no doubt about that. Alex, remember this one? Again, 248-539-9797 if you want to call on the show. We got open lines here. We'd love to hear from you. Remember that statement, Alex? You've heard it before. Not everyone deserves a loan. We've said it, right?
I've said it before. Not everyone deserves a mortgage.
Okay,
I mean, no one deserves to be homeless. Everybody should have a roof over their head, and nobody should be cold in the winter, and be out in the elements. But there's some people you're just a renter.
You know what?
It is what it is. You got to accept it.
What happened was, through the mid-1990s, home ownership was at about 65, 65.5, 66%. All right, then Bill Clinton, he wanted to open it up, and he, reduce some of the restrictions, try to make home ownership available to everybody, to try to get it up to about 70% and a little bit over. Well, what happens is, and why we say not everybody deserves a mortgage, it's a privilege to own a house.
Absolutely.
You have to qualify for it. You have to pay back a loan. You have to take care of the house. And sometimes, you just can't do it. Sometimes people just don't qualify. So what happens is you're easing restrictions, you're easing guidelines, you're making it easier for people to qualify. No documentation loans, low documentation loans, interest-only loans, low credit scores, negative amortization products, things of that nature. And then look what happens. Okay, look what happens.
Right. The twist is, and that's where I was going with the next, and I'll let you continue there.
You
everyone deserves to find out what it takes, how to be responsible, what it takes to become a homeowner. That's what they deserve.
There's a lot that goes in, to owning a home. It's not just, hey, what's my payment? Oh, your payment's $1,000. I mean, I'm telling you guys, if you buy your first house, you're not going to be able to walk into Home Depot for 2 years and spend less than $100. I mean, the things you need. I'm thinking back, 15 years ago, when I bought my first house. The stuff that I didn't even think of, like rakes and shovels and just like stuff, man. I mean, it goes. There's more than just your house payment's $1,000.
Definitely a lot more to it. 248-539-9797. We got a lot to share with you today, and let's go to our first caller. We've got David out in Sterling Heights. Good morning, David. Welcome to The Ticket.
Good morning. How you guys doing?
What's happening, David?
Hey, so my question to you is, I'm kind of listening to your show, and this is my situation. I'm fresh out of college. I've always lived in apartments. I don't barely even know what equity is, but I know that I want it. And I kind of am looking for a starting point. I'd like to be in a house maybe in a couple of years, starting my first career job. Like, what should I be doing? Like, what's a good starting point for me in order to, reach my goal of purchasing a house in a couple of years?
Yeah, it's a great question, man. Usually with my first-time home buyers, I like to sit down and kind of work backwards. So, for example, if you tell me you want your house payment to be $1,200, we put you in a couple of areas, that the prices are going to fall in that range for you, and we back into the transaction. I mean, I think getting approved for the mortgage is the first step, and then you can hook up with Dubensky over here. And it says you're calling from Sterling Heights.
Yeah.
Are you looking in that Sterling Heights area?
Yeah, in that area, maybe a little south.
Sterling Heights, Royal Oak, Berkeley, Ferndale. I mean, they're all great, great starting points. I mean, if you want your payment to be, let's just say $1,200 all in with taxes, insurance, and everything, you're probably looking in that $150 to $170 range, depending on property taxes.
Right.
I mean, we can do loans as little as 3.5% down. We can do 5% down with no private mortgage insurance, with no PMI. I mean, you're in a good spot, man.
A lot of different programs. Hey, David, one of the things we always talk about knowledge with young people getting out of school. Are you going to be graduating with a lot of student debt?
Oh, yeah, quite a bit.
Yeah, so we'll sit down with you and just go over it. I think it's a good idea. And again, you're maybe 2 years away from even home ownership. Maybe after sitting down and getting the knowledge behind you, finding out what you qualify for now based on your student debts, it'll give you some direction on how much income you're going to need to make, maybe to get the house that you're looking for. And again, you're young, you're just starting. All right, when 2 years rolls around, who knows? Maybe you'll have another person in the picture. Maybe now you're considering getting married. So there is quite a bit to know. I think if you just get a little bit of the knowledge behind you, and we'll share that with you, I think I'll give you that confidence. That's what you truly need, is that confidence.
Right. And, just kind of need to get started. So I appreciate you guys taking my call.
Yeah, David, no worries. I'll call in about half an hour.
Thanks.
Cool.
Right.
Thanks for the call, David. 248-539-9797. We got Patrick on the line from Clinton Township. Good morning, Patrick. Go ahead, sir.
Hey, how you guys doing today?
Pat, what's up?
Good. Hey, just quick question. I'm 22 years old. I'm married. I have a newborn child. My wife and I, we've rented. We just currently started in a house now that we're renting currently, and we were renting in an apartment before then. Collectively, between the two of us, we got about $5,000 or $5,500 in debt, just for various credit cards of moving in and all the expenses that you guys are kind of talking about the home. My biggest thing is that we're stuck in a 2-year lease right now currently, but in 2 years I'd like to eventually be able to purchase a home. Now I have an extremely low credit score. I was just wondering, what can I do essentially to try to pay off that debt as quickly as possible, but at the same time without consolidation?
Well, first of all, shred the credit cards. I mean, if that's what is credit card debt, you got to get rid of them. I mean, you just can't use them anymore.
Yeah. What is your credit? What is your credit score?
I think last time I checked, it was currently like a 499.
How is it a 499? What are you not paying? What are you not paying on if it's just credit card debt?
It's a few retailers, but the interest rate's so high on all of these credit cards that to make these minimum payments. Sometimes, obviously there's some negligence in these credit cards from myself and my wife. She has a phenomenal credit score. But, I just got a new job not too long ago, and I make a lot more money than I did before. So it's just slowly paying them off. But, the easiest thing that I could think of, and I don't know if you guys would agree, that's why I just wanted kind of your opinion, is,
sure.
To try to make those minimum payments on a few of them, and then, on those big ticket creditors, to try to make a bigger lump sum on most of those.
Dude, it's $5,000. I mean, it's not. I mean, you're not talking $100,000 in credit card debt. I mean, the biggest thing you need to do is establish a clean payment history and start building that score back up. But $499, man. I mean, no joke. That's a terrible credit score.
Yeah, there's got to be something else going on in there. Definitely, we want to run a new credit report for you and see if we can run you through the credit expert. So we got this software program. We run it through, and it'll tell us what you need to pay down and some path so that maybe 2 years from now, your credit's going to be where it needs to be.
Okay.
It's a stepping process, man. Let me call after the show, and we'll rerun your credit and see what we can do for you.
All right, I appreciate it, guys.
Cool.
Thanks,
dude.
All right, thanks for the call again. 248-539-9797.
Well, credit report is the number one factor in getting approved for a mortgage. Okay, that's the first thing that we pull when we look at somebody's credit. The good news is Fair Isaac, FICO, the Fair Isaac company, has just announced that when people have collection accounts and specifically medical collection accounts, if they're paid off, they're not going to hit your credit.
Oh, good.
All right, so it used to be a hit when you had a medical collection account and they were out there, and if you pay it off, it took a long time, for the credit score to come up. Now it's not going to be hit.
And one of the things about that, Harry, is definitely when we run a credit report for someone, and they might have all their bills being paid on time and they have the 3 to 4 lines of credit. But again, they might have serious collection accounts that have never been handled properly. They thought Blue Cross was going to handle it. And it definitely affects your credit score. Again, the lower the credit score, you're not going to get that premium interest rate. We definitely, in the mortgage world, it's based on lots of different variables. What interest rate do you get? It's based on your credit, the loan to value, how much money you're putting down. There are lots of things to know when you're getting a mortgage. And again, you need to just do everything possible so that you can benefit.
Well, I mean, I'm not knocking the last caller by any means, but I mean, if you've got $5,000 in credit card debt and you can't pay on that, how are you? I mean, how are you going to pay on a house?
What's nice about both those callers, though, they're both young, thinking about home ownership at a young age,
and and they've got a plan, though.
Yeah, we all have stories of hearing our parents have said, "I wish I'd have bought that when I was younger."
Right.
And I know when I was 22, I wasn't looking to buy something then. So good for you guys.
Good stuff. Joe, out there in Warren. Good morning, Joe. Welcome to the Hardcore Mortgage Show. Go ahead, sir.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Morning.
Good morning.
Hey, I'm in just got into a 2-year rental, and due to a short sale, losing jobs and whatnot. But anyways, I need to make a plan for when I'm able to buy again, and that is definitely the plan. What am I looking at from how long do I have to wait before I can get approved for another mortgage, and what type of down payment am I going to be looking at after coming out of a short sale?
You're looking at 3 years. 3 years from the short sale.
3 years from the short sale.
Correct. You'll need 3.5% down, and we can get you back into something. When was the short sale? How long ago?
It was literally maybe 3-4 months ago.
Yeah, so I mean, you got 3 years. I mean, just keep pay your bills on time, reestablish some lines of credit. I mean, I don't care if you take a gas credit card and you charge gas 3 or 4 times a month and pay it off. Reestablish lines of credit. Pay your rent by check every month. Don't pay cash, so we can track a history of paying rent on time. I mean, let's build a new case for Joe, to get back into a house.
Perfect. So, greatly appreciate it, guys.
No worries, and have a good day.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate
Thanks for the call again. We share any additional information with you. We follow up with all our callers after the show to make sure we can get you the proper information. 248-539-9797. We take always all your calls here, and wanted to thank Tim Moore from our office for putting together a few of the articles for me. I always appreciate that. Thank you, Tim. And again, so many different things going across the area now. And one of the things here he just mentioned, there's always these changes, but that gentleman just said he had a short sale. And again, the rules are changing. In fact, as of yesterday, one of the rules changed. On a conventional mortgage, it was only 2 years after a short sale.
Yep, now
if you had 20% down. Now it's going to be 4 starting on Monday. So, folks, things are always changing. Keep it here on the Hardcore Mortgage Show. We'll keep you up to breath on how to save money, and we'll be right back with all your calls.
97.1 The Ticket. 42 hours of horizon expansion times 3,000 units of business inspiration times 3 pints of perspiration times an insight to learning ratio of 2 hours in the classroom to 2 hours online times ambition to the 350th power times 180-degree thinking plus 4 to 6 industry-focused courses times infinite opportunities for networking and advancement equals 2.
Want to boost your career? The answer is 2, as in the new dual degree program from Walsh College, one of the Midwest's largest and most prestigious business colleges. Combine the breadth and prestige of the new enhanced Walsh MBA with the specialization of one of 4 Walsh Master of Science degrees, finance, management, marketing, or IT. The new dual MBA and MS degree program. Visit walshcollege.edu. Walsh College. Live, breathe, business.
Move up in the world with a degree from Walsh College, one of the Midwest's most respected all-business colleges. Fall classes begin September 24th. More at walshcollege.edu. It's the Ram Summer Clearance Event. And with Ram 1500's best highway fuel economy of any pickup, 28 MPG, and a 9,200-pound towing capacity, you can get anywhere and take along everything, from quad runners to a whole campsite. And if you're looking to face down a mountain with miles of rough trail between you and it, don't sweat it. After all, it's the first truck to ever win back-to-back Motor Trend Truck of the Year awards. And Ram 1500 is now available with Sirius XM. Get a great deal at the Ram Summer Clearance Event. Well-qualified employee lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2014 Ram 1500 Express Crew Cab 4x4 with 19 highway MPG for $254 a month for 24 months with $254 due at signing. Tax title license extra. Based on all pickup classes. EPA estimated 28 MPG highway based on available EcoDiesel V6 4x2. Call 1-877-RAM-5722 for lease details. Requires dealer contribution to lease through Chrysler Capital. 25-cent charge for each mile over 20,000. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 9/2.
Our family had a savings account until our air conditioner died.
We had a vacation fund before our refrigerator had a meltdown.
My family has no money, and our water heater just quit.
The truth is, it can only take one home appliance or system repair to bust your budget. But with a home warranty from American Home Shield, you get to keep more of your hard-earned money because they pay your covered repairs for you. For valuable free information, call 1-800-600-6291. Why pour money into repairs when American Home Shield will pay covered repairs for you? The air conditioner, water heater, plumbing, refrigerator, washer, and more. Service requests are subject to a fee for each trade called. Some exclusions and limitations apply. Why would you ever pay for expensive home system and appliance repairs when you can let American Home Shield pay covered repairs for you? If you'd rather save more of your hard-earned money, call for valuable free information, including terms, rates, and coverage. 1-800-600-6291. That's 1-800-600-6291.
I just woke up in the middle of the night, sat up on the edge of the bed. My heart was just racing. And this kept happening about every 8 to 10 days. Ultimately, they realized it was atrial fibrillation, and it was decided that we could control this with medications. And then I had the stroke. Finally, the doctor here in Petoskey referred me to the University of Michigan Cardiovascular Center. They made me feel as if I were really the only person under their care, and I just felt very fortunate. I only had to have one ablation. I left the hospital the next day. It was like a new lease on life.
As a leader in atrial fibrillation, the University of Michigan's Samuel and Jean Frankel Cardiovascular Center is at the forefront of research and treatment strategies. Our Heart Rhythm program has the experienced team and latest technology to handle all aspects of arrhythmia. Learn more at uofmhealth.org/AFib or call 888-287-1082.
I just felt like living again, really living.
That's the Michigan difference.
Refinance your home equity loan with Flagstar for a great rate. Visit Flagstar.com to learn more. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
97.1, The Ticket, where real men come to play.
Welcome back. We broadcast live till 10 o'clock. It's the Hardcore Mortgage Show, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. Also, we take your emails at mortgage.show@lowrateonline.com. Want a quick shout out to all our friends out there on Woodward. And what a great day for the Woodward Dream Crews out there. And I know, Harry, your gearhead buddies and all your hot rods out there, you guys need the cooler weather because you got those big V8s in there and you don't need it 90 degrees, that's for sure.
It was all about going fast as you can. It was all about the muscle cars. It was all about the horsepower. and it was all about picking up ladies on Woodward. Come on, let's face it. All you guys out there, you know it's true, baby.
Everyone's laughing. I guarantee.
No, they're out there. They're saying it's all the same stuff. They love it.
Yeah, Harry Glantz is right, man.
That's right. Cool. And it's still cool. All right, it's still cool.
All right, 248-539-9797. I want to hear from you this morning.
I have a Jeep.
Great.
We're going to be talking about some a whole bunch of stuff here. Let me go over here to Chris out in Allen Park. Good morning, Chris. Welcome to our show. Go ahead.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Good. What's
morning,
up?
Chris.
I've got a question about a short sale. I'm actually trying to buy a short sale property, and I put a bid in on it back in mid-April. And I just recently found out that they escalated my file, and I'm trying to figure out what that means as far as time frame goes. I'm paying cash for the home. I don't have a mortgage.
Okay.
So can you kind of give me some insight on that?
When they escalate your, you want to go ahead?
No,
Go ahead. When you escalate your file, it means it goes to the front of the line. See, well, a lot of times what happens, Chris, is they'll list a house. The realtors will for a short sale. Let's just say someone owes $200,000. They'll list it for $150,000, but the bank hasn't approved that short sale. So just because the sellers accept your offer, it still has to go to the bank, and they have to accept the offer because that's what's happening. So it sounds like right now you're kind of in the home stretch. What was the purchase price on the house?
They were asking $95,000, and I offered $87,000.
Yeah,
and
so
that was accepted by the realtor.
Yeah, so it's in the process right now, going through the bank for for them to accept it. I mean, you're in the home stretch right now. I would just stay in contact with your realtor and make sure that your realtor, the listing agent, is in touch with that bank, whoever holds that property. And and then they're working towards getting that thing closed.
Hey, Chris, was the 95 an approved short sale number from the bank? Do you know?
No, it wasn't. Actually, it was in the very beginning stages of the short sale.
Okay, so like Alex said before, when us as realtors, we look to see if it's an approved number by the bank. Then we know that can move forward and it go quite quickly. When it's not approved, a lot of times the banks are blindsided. They just get a call one day and says, "Oh, we have an offer on a house. You owe $120,000, but we're going to give you $87,000. You're going to take it." And then they have to start the process. And that's why it takes a long time.
Yeah, it could be a 6 to 8 month or no problem there.
It's really the relationship between the listing agent and the bank and how that works out, and to see where.
Well, I've been getting pretty regular updates from my realtor as far as that goes.
That's
good. One of my questions too is, as far as the appraisal goes, the appraisal was done probably a month and a half ago, and I haven't heard anything back on that. I'm the buyer, so I'm probably not going to hear anything on the appraisals.
You should hear. Yeah, you definitely should.
This is not being handled right.
Yeah, something's not right because you're paying for that appraisal.
Well, you're paying cash for the house. I know you need to do an inspection on it. I'm sort of confused about the appraisal aspect of it. Why did you do an appraisal? Well, you know the
appraisal. The seller. I think the bank has to do an appraisal. Okay. They send somebody out.
Yeah, the listing. The bank
there you go. Of course they do. Sure they do.
And so you'll find out if that number came in.
An appraisal.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll find out. You'll find out. And then, of course, the other thing, I'll just throw it out there, and it's a great call, Chris, is if there's 2 liens on the property, it's going to delay the process straight up. So, again, if that original homeowner does have a first and a second mortgage, plan on sitting by a few extra months on there because, again, now you have 2 banks that have to decide and come to a decision on that house.
Okay.
So
you're doing all the right stuff, Chris.
All right, I appreciate your time.
Cool. Thanks, man.
Thanks for calling, man. Hey, definitely, you can buy a house on a short sale. It's a great way to buy a house. You buy these houses way under market, but it's going to take some time, and you got to deal with professional people. In most cases, you are getting a mortgage, so you have to figure out when it's going to close, when you're going to do the appraisal, because appraisal can expire.
Harvey, that's a great point, but let me ask you this, Mr. Double D, Dan Dubinsky, our chief realtor and panel member.
Thank you.
Are there people still buying houses a lot under market right now, or are those days over?
You don't see them as much. You really don't. Certain areas you'll see that happening. But, back in the day when we did a lot of short sales, we would say, okay, we will submit the offer, but we would not do the inspection until we get bank approval, and we'll not do the appraisal until we get bank approval because we don't want to spend the money on doing that unless we know it's going to happen.
And it might be taking a shorter period of time, but it still takes a long time, relatively speaking.
Yeah, banks don't work very quickly. So if you're in a position and you see a good deal and you can afford to wait, certainly. One of these old guys on late night TV used to sell real estate, how to make millions of dollars.
Oh, horrible.
Yeah, I'll tell you it in a couple sentences. Here's what it is. Put lowball offers on everything. Someone's going to take it, okay? But to do that, it ends up becoming a full-time job.
And then send $200 and buy his book.
Send $200, and that's what he says, essentially.
Yeah, those guys are all off there and being sued, half of those.
Was that Rich Dad, Poor Dad?
I don't know.
Hey, we got Phil out there in Livonia. Good morning, Phil. Welcome to our show. Phil, can you hear us? Go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
What's up, dude?
My question is for you guys. How long do you have to be at your current job to get approved for a mortgage?
Are you W-2'd?
Yeah, I'm W-2'd now.
And you're hourly?
See, my previous job for 4 years, up until my switch, I was 1099.
But you're
And
W-2'd
then in March, in March I started a new job, which is W-2 paid by the hour.
And you're they guarantee you 40 hours a week?
Yeah, I'm full time. Yep, at least
30. I need 2 pay stubs, 30 days.
Really?
That's it, man.
Oh wow! See, I've been told I had to do like 2 years.
2 years?
No, that's 2 years, a hard time. You're getting bad information.
Yeah,
hey, Phil, you know what's great? Is your lease up? Are you currently renting?
Yeah, my lease is up. I've been renting the same place for 5.5 years.
All right. We're going to turn you into a home buyer. Definitely follow up with you after the show. And again, you're back on the job. You're getting paid hourly, so you're in good shape.
Credit score-wise, upper 5 to low to mid 6. I mean, it's been a year or so since I checked it, and it was, I think it was like a 612.
How was the credit score so low?
Back in 06, I got injured, and I was out of work for a year and a half, and I got behind on some bills, and I just bought a new pickup, and I got a couple months behind, and then I got everything paid off and caught up, and it just, it takes...
I'll run your credit after the show. I'll take a look at it. I've got some great software I can run your credit through, and it tells us what you have to pay off or pay down and the impact it'll have on your credit scores. But, I mean, dude, if we can't do it right now, we'll do it in 30 days. Big deal, man. I can fix your credit.
That's my big concern is I don't want to run my credit a lot if it ain't going to be possible.
You got a 590 credit score, dude. Don't worry about running your credit right now. That's the least of your worries. We got to worry about fixing your credit.
All right. Thanks for the call, Phil. We'll definitely follow up with you. Again, there's a couple things out there that he just brought up that are, people hear. It's the donut shop. People are talking about mortgages, from the guy has nothing to do with it. A mortgage bank can run your credit report. It doesn't affect your credit score. This is not a consumer's credit report.
Right.
There's a difference between a consumer's credit report, and we know it.
That's a
getting
great
a car
point,
dealership.
Harley.
A mortgage bank can run it. It doesn't affect your score.
When you go to your car dealer, when you're applying for a credit card, they run a consumer credit report that gives you one credit score, and people say, well, my credit score is 750. Okay? When we run a credit score, we pull from the 3 repositories, and we take the middle score, and it hits everything. So your credit score is going to be, not saying this is a bad thing, it's going to be lower than when you pull a consumer credit report. It happens, and it happens every single time. So when somebody faxes us a one repository consumer credit bureau report, it really doesn't mean anything. We have to pull our own credit report and do our own homework.
Yeah, plus you want to take a look at that. Again, you don't have to spend money on TV if you're watching guys playing music on TVs trying to sell you a credit report, and then they're going to sell your information to somebody.
It's funny because, there's those new commercials that say, I want my real credit score, not the one that, I want the one the bank sees. And I think Experian's running it, or TransUnion, it's one of their commercials, but it's one of those, they're taking a knock at one of the free credit report sites, which mean absolutely nothing. If someone steals your identity, they'll tell you that those reports, I hate to say this, they're worthless.
They generally are. 248-539-9797. We want to hear from you. Again, qualifying for a mortgage can be a hurdle in some situations, but you got to get in front of the mortgage banker. Don't get too excited first. Sit down. Get your information together. Again, we talk about it all the time. We have some software that can help get your credit scores up. Again, did your situation change? So many people here that we're speaking to were 1099 in the past, and now they're W-2 employees, or the other way.
So that happened to me the other day. It just happened on Thursday, and I get a phone call. It says, listen, I've been working with a guy, and I've been commissioned. I've been only commissioned for 20 months. You need 24 months of commissions. And I talked to this person who I've known a long time. She'd already started working with somebody, and that's fine. And I said, listen, why don't you call your guy up and tell him to run it this way, take a look at doing it, this way, run it through Freddie Mac, or, gave various options. And you know what? It worked out. Now, she didn't come to us, but that's okay. I feel good with my advice. And the problem is that you have to go to people that are knowledgeable.
Nice about that.
I am really nice about it because,
I'm so competitive.
I'm going to tell you why.
I'd be so pissed.
Because maybe I didn't want to deal with the person.
Uh-oh. All right, fair enough.
All right, so anyway, it happens that way. So I just wanted her to get approved. And if you're listening, you know who you are. I apologize. Maybe I didn't want to work with you. But anyways, Hopefully she'll get approved. But, you have to go to people who are knowledgeable, and I think we fixed the issue, and they ran it, and they got it done.
There you go. 248-539-9797. Things are heating up. Come on back and join us.
Now is the time to try America's newest network. Why? Because at Sprint, when we say America's newest network, we mean a brand new network. We started from the ground up and built an all-new network that now delivers faster speeds and better call quality. And with the Sprint Unlimited family plan, you can get unlimited data, talk, and text for as low as $45 a month per line while on the Sprint network. And the best part is, you can try Sprint for 30 days. Satisfaction guaranteed. If you're not happy, you get your money back. So what are you waiting for? With a new network and a satisfaction guarantee, there's never been a better time to switch. Visit a Sprint store or sprint.com/network to learn more. Happy connecting from Sprint.
Offer and coverage not available everywhere or for discounted phones. Excludes taxes, surcharges, subject to $36 activation fee, credit, and deposit per line. Plan discount $5 to $30 depending on number and group, plus $20 unlimited data buy-up. New lines only. Excludes usage not included in plan, premium content, third-party billing, and international charges. Comparison to prior Sprint network, prohibited network use, rules, prioritization, rate limiting, and restrictions apply. See Sprint.com for details.
Nighttime's the right time. Football starts here. Thursday Night Football on CBS and NFL Network. It kicks off September 11th with the Ravens and the Steelers, and followed up during the season with powers like the Niners, Broncos, Patriots, Colts, and Cowboys. Big-time matchups in prime time. Thursday Night Football on CBS and NFL Network.
If you need to lose 30 pounds or more, we have an important risk-free offer for you. Neoline needs you to help us reach our goal of helping people lose 2 million pounds of unwanted weight. That's why we're giving out as many risk-free 30-day trials of Neoline as we can in the next 24 hours. If you're ready to lose weight and help us reach our 2 million pound goal, call for your risk-free trial. But hurry, supplies are limited. To guarantee yours, call now 1-800-500-4452. Neoline combines the world's 2 most powerful weight loss ingredients into one super capsule to turn a failed diet into a dramatic weight loss success story. Please lose weight with Neoline responsibly and take no more than 2 capsules once a day. For your risk-free trial, we'll give you a full-size supply to use absolutely risk-free. If you want to drop 30 pounds or more, call now for your risk-free trial of Neoline. 1-800-500-4452. That's 1-800-500-4452.
When it comes to tackling, the Detroit Lions defense takes their job very seriously.
You like that? You want some more? Let's go.
And when it comes to tackling cancer, well, the Josephine Ford Cancer Institute and the Detroit Lions take this mission very, very seriously. Like I said, the Josephine Ford Cancer Institute and your Detroit Lions take tackling cancer very, very seriously. And they need you to get in the game.
Stage 3 cancer, stage 4, best stage 4.
Go online now to GameOnCancer.com. 14,000 people are treated at Henry Ford each year. So hit cancer hard at GameOnCancer.com. The Josephine Ford Cancer Institute, the Detroit Lions, and you tackling cancer together.
Today, 97.1 The Ticket joins the hot rods and classic cars at the Woodward Dream Crew. At 10, it's Detroit's original hipster, flipster, and finger Baba Daddy and Caputo. Broadcasting live from Mercedes-Benz of Bloomfield Hills on Woodward, south of Big Beaver, where the 97.1 The Ticket chicks will be cruising around till 4. It's the roar of the engines, the smell of the exhaust, and you could win cool prizes. More at 971theticket.com.
Every day is game day here.
All righty, welcome back to the show. This is the Hardcore Mortgage Show, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. We got a full staff all weekend long to help you with that approval letter.
Shout out to Woodward. Shout out to the Dream Cruise, everybody.
Definitely,
here we go.
If we're out there, and I know the broadcasting live from over there today again.
Yeah,
stop
Mercedes
by the
dealership, Pat Caputo's there right now at Big Beaver and Woodward.
Then we got the Tigers game. Is that tonight or is that going to be an afternooner?
That's a great question.
I should know that.
I should know that question.
Track power. What is it, Harvey?
Yeah. Nothing better than talking about the good old days, right, Harv?
The good old days.
I found this article.
Harvey won 7. Harvey had, and when he was in high school and he played for South Later,
you got to throw that up there.
Okay, but wait. He had 7 hits in one day in the double.
There you go.
That's good.
Wow.
It's pretty good.
The glory days.
I still coach high school ball, and that's real good.
It's fine.
Hey, I found this article on CNN. What 25 million buys you around the world? I am officially poor. This is unbelievable. This house in Spain. Oh, yeah.
Let me throw this out there again. We've been talking a lot about purchasing this morning. If you're interested in purchasing a house, again, get with more professional people. Give us a call here. We've got some open lines, 248-539-9797. Also, we wanted to emphasize this. We keep running into it. A lot of families out there considering selling their house. Meet that mortgage guy. Again, if you're going to sell your house and you're going to use those proceeds to purchase a new one, just sit with the mortgage guy ahead of time and get qualified. Things have changed over the last couple of years.
They have. So last week we were talking, and to segue into going out and looking for homes and putting your house up for sale. And, Dan, you walk a lot of buyers through homes. And I talked to a realtor last week when we were on the show. And she told me that it's amazing how people leave their house, what kind of condition they leave when they know people are going to walk through their house.
It's surprising. You think you're trying to put your home in the best light, and you see clothes laying around, and I mean, it's horrible.
How about take everything off the counters, put the clothes away, hide them in closets, do whatever you got to do, but make your house look presentable.
Yeah, I mean, it's simple stuff, and that's going to make the difference between if you get an offer, you don't get an offer. I never realized this, but people are so visual. They cannot see stuff without it being clear. They can't envision their furniture in there. You hear all the time is take personal pictures down and stuff. I never believe that because I could always go in and say, hey, look at this nice space. But I notice our buyers will come in, they'll be looking at the pictures and not be looking at the house. So they remember what the kids look like and everything, but they forget the house and they leave.
Right. Well, clutter's not good. The clutter's no good.
That's exactly the point, is that if you think that it's cool having all those little tchotchkes on the counter and all your personal stuff all over the place, no. You got to clear it off. Clear off the kitchen counters. Clear off the wall units. Clear off everything in there. I mean, make it look presentable, but you can't have a lot of clutter.
We had a house, I'll tell you, had a dark green kitchen, and every square inch of that kitchen had a picture on it. And I pleaded with this lady to do something with it. Wouldn't do it. She should have probably got $300,000. She ended up getting $249,000 for the property.
Yeah, it cost her $50,000.
$50,000 because she said, well, I can't do it. My kids are allergic to paint and all this. Tons of reasons.
Your kids are allergic to paint?
For $50,000.
Yeah, she got to move out for a week.
Is that the same family why kids can't have peanut butter and jelly sandwiches in school anymore?
It is.
That's
nice. Sad, yes.
Alex, wait till you have kids. 248-539-9797.
Spoken from a guy who has no kids.
Yeah, well, he's going to find out. His kid's going to have the nut allergy. He just cursed
food allergies.
Guaranteed. Also, a lot of things we keep running into. It's really families came into a lot of stress over the last 6 years. When people are losing their jobs, values dropped. So, hey, they got back into the housing market. They did these land contracts, and it's great. Families are coming back to us. I keep talking about paying off your land contract. I'm seeing a lot of them. We got a lot of smooth transactions that are coming in. Then we got a whole half of these transactions that aren't smooth. Folks, be sure to sit down. Now, if you're going to sign a land contract today, make sure you put your husband and wife on there.
Half your transactions aren't smooth?
Yeah, I would. The land contract payoffs are half the land contract payoffs. What we're recognizing, Alex, that's what I want to do is recognize a few of these things to avoid. Not recording the land contract properly, not documenting the payments that you're making on these land contracts. Also, if you're giving a large deposit, documentation to show that you did give this deposit. You can't give cash. So there's a lot of things that are going on in transactions that you can do to prevent yourself. Again, if your husband has a federal tax lien, don't put him on the land contract. The government's going to go ahead and slap that lien on the house.
These are all true stories from Harvey's clients, I guarantee.
And many more. All right, let's go to some of our callers out here. All right, let's try Chris out there in Port Huron. Hey, Chris, I want to hear about this one. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm calling for my daughter. She has a house that she bought about 6 years ago, and of course, right after she bought it for about $120,000, the market fell out.
Yeah, it fell out probably a year before that, but that's okay. She overpaid in 08, and here we are. What's going on now?
Well, now the houses in that neighborhood are selling between $20,000 and $40,000, and she actually lived out of state. Her husband was military, so they're down south, and they're renting it out, and she's struggling to pay mortgages on 2 places. And she doesn't know what to do. She gets advice that she should do a short sale or she should get out somehow, but she doesn't want to hurt herself any more than she has to, and she doesn't know what to do.
Is the rent covering the mortgage payment?
Exactly covering it.
I mean, I hate to tell her to do a short sale, but I mean, if you're that far underwater and her husband's a military guy, I mean, she doesn't have
live out of
a
state.
ton of options. I mean, a short sale is going to hurt her credit. I mean, no doubt. But I mean, if he's a military guy and got transferred to to a different base or location, I mean, there's not a ton of options besides either continue to rent it and cover the mortgage payment or to short sale it.
Look, if she pays all her other debts on time, Chris, she's not going to completely destroy her life, but I would engage in that short sale conversation with her lender.
She has to qualify for the short sale, too.
Well, sounds like she's going to.
Does she have to let her payments go to do a short sale, or can she just go to the bank and explain things and talk to them?
That's advice you don't know. You have to get from someone else.
It's a gray area. She needs to
It's
hire
never that easy.
She needs to hire an attorney who's going to go a short sale.
I would
You got to
do
do
that.
it the right way.
We'll give you some phone numbers to call. Obviously, she doesn't have a ton of money to throw at attorneys and stuff like that, but she's got some serious decisions to make. And I think sometimes she has to take 2 steps backwards. And again, maybe she has to let the property go. It's not going to be the worst thing in her life. Again, we frown upon it, of course, but her situation is she's out of state, and there are some things going on that are preventing her from really keeping it.
Well, and her dad's a co-signer, so she doesn't want to hurt his credit.
Well,
she's trying to do the right thing.
problem.
Yeah, you're going to have to really take a look and consider what the.
By the way, Chris, where is that
circumstances are.
house? It didn't lose that much in value. Where's that house located?
It's in Kimball Township, little tiny neighborhood where the houses are pretty depressed.
Well,
and went from 120 to 20 to 40.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, we've been told that she might be able to get like 49 for it, but that's not going to cover what she owes. She owes like $98,000 on it.
Chris, I'll call after the show and put you in touch with an attorney because you definitely need to get somebody involved that's going to handle that for you.
Thank you so much.
No worries. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Thank you for the call. 248-539-9797. Let's go out to, let's go Randy and Flint. Hey, what's going on in Flint, Randy?
Hey, how you doing?
What's up, man?
My question is, my girlfriend / fiance is trying to buy a house. She's never owned a house before. She's always rented. She can prove her rental history. She's always paid on time. Her credit score is a 650.
Okay.
She found a house in an $80,000 to $120,000 neighborhood. We found a really good deal on a house. It's just under $50,000. They're trying to tell every place she's went, which is like 2 places already, told her that they will not finance anything under $50,000.
Why? Because the loan amount's so small?
I guess.
I'll
that's
do
what
it
they
for
say.
her.
They can't make no money. It's not feasible for them.
If she's got a 650 credit score and she's trying to buy a house at $50,000, I'll do it right now.
Yeah, we can take care of that.
There's nothing funky. She's no foreclosures, bankruptcy. She gets a W-2, a pay stub, all that.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Yeah,
I'll do
she's
it.
a manager of a restaurant. I mean,
Sounds
she does
real
very
good.
well. And
I'll do it.
I'm a subcontractor. If we get married, I work on a 1099. And I heard what you were talking about. The other guy was a 1099.
Sure.
But yeah, there are lean months, but I mean, I can prove my credit. I mean, my
as long as she
taxes for every
qualifies,
year,
dude,
but-
I'll do it for her. As long as she qualifies, I'll do it for her. No worries at all, man.
and the thing is, can she go? Should she go VHA? FHA?
She's going FHA.
Should she get down payment assistance program for first-time
No,
buyers?
we're not doing that. We're doing a regular old school FHA mortgage. It's $50,000 purchase price, 3.5% down, and we'll take care of it from there.
Can I get a number for her to call you?
Yeah, I'll call you. It's 1-800 low rate. So you can call the office.
1-800 low rate.
Yeah, we'll follow up with you too, Randy.
Alex will call you. But you know what, Randy? I'm impressed with you. You're a smart guy. He said girlfriend, then he went /fiance.
Yeah, no,
he
he's
locked that up.
himself. But Randy,
Good job.
let us handle the call. I don't want you to call our office because the loan amount's a little low, and I don't want him to scare you away. We'll take care of you for listening to the show. Definitely hook her up.
Okay, so
Thanks,
who do I ask for?
You don't have to ask for anyone.
Alex will
We're
call
going to
you.
call you.
Bro,
We're
I'm
going to
gonna
follow
call
up
you
with you.
I'll call you in 15 minutes.
Sit tight, Randy. We got your number. Thank you very much.
Thanks,
248-539-9797. Might have time for another call or two.
No, we don't.
That is it. I hear the music in the background.
Woodward Avenue. You go today, baby. Let's
All right.
go.
If you're out there, enjoy the Woodward Dream Cruise again. Check out the 97.1 booth out at the Mercedes-Benz dealership out there in around 16 in Woodward. A lot of cool things happening in Southeast Michigan. Become a home buyer. Call Capital Mortgage Funding at 1-800-LOW-RATE. The best mortgage banker for Harry Glanz, Alex DeFusi. There's Dan Dubinsky. I'm Harvey Freed. We got Pat Caputo coming up with sports. Keep it here.
The preceding was a paid program. Views expressed on this program are not necessarily those of CBS Radio, its sponsors, or affiliates.
Hi,
Hi, Harry Glantz for Capital Mortgage Funding. Rates are at historic lows, and they're not going down to zero. So what are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE and let our award-winning staff help you save money. If you're looking to purchase a new home, refinance your existing home, and you want to save money, call 1-800-LOW-RATE and take advantage of these historic low rates. That's Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. Capital Mortgage Funding is a proud division of United Shore Financial Services, NMLS number 3038, Equal Housing Lender. What are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE.
The Battery, modern-day fire, powering everything from remote-controlled cars to the car in your garage. So when your car battery is reaching the end of the line, or you're wondering whether it is, stop by Advance Auto Parts. We'll test your old one for you, free of charge. And if you purchase a new Autocraft battery, we'll install it for free. Only if you'd like us to, of course. Advance Auto Parts. Let's get you back to the garage.
Most vehicles, most locations. See store for details.